Hello, beautiful people. Hello, friends. Merry Christmas to all of you. I really hope you're having an amazing Christmas and that you're surrounded by the people you love the most and having a blast. For me, Christmas this year has been a very quiet one. Part of my family is abroad at the moment, so it was just me, my dad, and our three dogs. We'll probably do a do-over right around April when the rest of the family come visit. We're gonna have kind of a Easter Christmassy situation going on there. Anyway, welcome everyone to our Christmas special. Today's video is quite a long one and we have tons and tons to talk about, so you know the drill by now, guys. Grab some leftover cookies, pour yourself some eggnog, get comfy and enjoy the ride. Alright friends, today's build is all about Christmas. As I mentioned, this year was a little different for me and I didn't really get the chance to decorate my own house properly, so I went all in this one. As you can see, we are now building the structure of the house. At first, I really wanted to mimic the inspirational picture that you saw in the thumbnail of this video as closely as possible. But then I realized that the second floor wouldn't end up being way too small and there would be a huge amount of waste of space in roofing. So I decided to get a little bit creative and significantly enlarge the second floor. In the end, this house turned out to be huge, obviously, and it has a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a gym, an home office, a cinema room, a record room, a garage, an hobby room, 2 main decks, one in the front and one in the back, and obviously a laundry room. So yeah, you get the picture, right? This house is massive. I built it in Bliss Bay on the largest lot available. I really wanted this house to be full of activity with enough space for everyone. And when I saw the inspirational picture, it just screamed Christmas to me and I thought it would be perfect for this occasion. Okay friends, as usual, let's start from the first floor and then work our way up. As soon as you walk through the front door, you're greeted by a ginormous foyer, probably one of the biggest I ever done. It features a Christmas tree, a side table with a nice mirror above, a comfy armchair to sit down, the staircase leading you upstairs, and a nice storage room. I'm not exactly sure how to call it. It's that room of the house where you keep all your cleaning supplies and extra items. Kind of like a wardrobe, but for cleaning supplies. So if you know how this is called, please let me know in the comment section down below. The foyer then connects through an archway to the main living area of the house, the kitchen, dining, and living room. Here, I wanted to make the kitchen a bit bigger, but at the same time, I didn't want to sacrifice space for the dining room. So I ended up placing the kitchen facing the back of the house instead of the front, leaving plenty of space for a large living room. The kitchen is fully equipped with all the amenities possible. It has a beautiful island in the middle and a modern farmhouse vibe overall. I filled it with all the special appliances you would expect in a chef kitchen. You'll also notice while you see me furnishing it that at the beginning of the video, all the new items that came with the update are missing from the catalog. That's because I started building this house the day before the update was actually released. And at some point during the video, you'll suddenly see all the Christmassy item appears at once, and that's why you don't actually see me decorating the kitchen on camera. But don't worry, every single space in this house is fully decorated for Christmas. Anyway, back to the kitchen. As I said, it's very spacious and has everything you need. I also added the new vintage mixer that it came with the new update. I think it's so cute, you guys. At first, I wanted to continue the kitchen along the large wall, but it ended up looking very unnatural. So instead, I decided to create a dedicated space right next to the kitchen for the dining area, which also worked as a wine bar. I wanted to personalize it and make it match with the kitchen because the wine fridges we currently have in game are a little bit too modern and sterile for this kind of build. So instead, I placed a couple of counters and some kitchen shelves and some kitchen wall cabinet, then added wine bottle and glasses. Now, quick side note about the resizing trick. It's true that we cannot permanently resize object anymore, but we can still resize item temporarily to place them on the surface. Let me explain. For example, when I was building this wine bar area, I really wanted to place the wine glasses on the wall shelves, but the objects were too big and the slot wouldn't allow it. What you can do in this case is resize the object as we used to and place it on the surface. When you reload your game, the object will return to its original site, but it will still stay exactly where you placed it. I know it's not the same as having the full resized trick bag, which I desperately want, but it's still very useful if you need to place object when the surface doesn't really allow you because the slot is too small for that particular object. Finger crossed that the devs will not remove this feature too. Please, and please bring back the resizing trick. Anyway, back to the dining area. To complete the wine bar space, I placed 2 columns on each side, leaving a little gap for lighting. This helps visually separate the area from the kitchen since everything is open plan and on the same wall. I tried closing it off in the beginning to make the kitchen a separate area, but it just looked really awkward, so I decided to keep everything open and airy and just use the column as a divider. I also added a mirror behind the shelves and cabinet, which give that slightly retro touch which fit this house like a glove. For the dining table, I initially used one of those classic farmhouse style tables, but I wanted more seating at the table, so I tried squeezing 2 identical tables together. It wasn't perfect because the legs ended up meeting in the middle of the table, but then, to my surprise, when the update dropped, the exact table was added as a 6-seat version. And I was like, okay, it was meant to be. This table was destined for this house. So I replaced it with the 6-seat version and kept the same style. Destiny, you guys! Anyway, once the update finally dropped, I went back and decorate both the kitchen and dining area with all the Christmassy items that you can imagine. Warm and cozy, but not overwhelming. Moving on, right behind the dining area, we have the living room. This time, I really wanted to use the largest L-shaped sofa available in-game. But with my big surprise, even that wasn't big enough for that space. So instead, I went with 2 3-seat sofas, placed them in a way that still create an angular shape. I added a couple of armchairs, some throw-out pillow, and for the coffee table, I used those side table we got with Chahaya. 4 of them combined into one. For the rug, since we can't resize anymore and I cannot stress this enough, I want back the feature. I placed 2 of the largest identical rugs next to each other and slightly overlap them to make it look like it's one unique rug. And at first, you'll see me placing the fireplace from the latest update, the one before December. And honestly, I'm in love with that fireplace. You guys, that fireplace is my dream. It's modern, but still, rustic. I just love it. Anyway, once the Christmas update arrived, I couldn't resist and I switched it for the Christmas fireplace for this living room. I also added a Christmas tree, plenty of decorations, and a large TV. To finish it off, I placed some wood pile on the right hand side of the fireplace and a couple of those side tables that look like 3 baskets on top of each other on the left hand side. Once the living room was fully furnished, I decided to create a separation between the living room and the dining area. I did this by placing 2 large, elegant side tables behind the sofa facing the dining room. On top of them, I added a lamp, some books, a Christmas decoration, and one of those vinyl players. And underneath the tables, I placed 4 puffs, 2 for each table. I think you can find similar setup on Pinterest. There was a time when everyone was doing this kind of setup just for the aesthetic point of view, and I had something similar in my house growing up, but they were extra seat that you could pull out when guests came over and sofa wasn't enough And that's exactly the idea here too. In case your Zoe throw a party and you don't have enough seating area, you can pull them out and place them around the space for other Zoe to sit on it. Moving on the side of the living room, there is a double glass door that leads you to the home office. This home office is very Christmassy, and I wanted to do something a bit different from my usual setup, so I decided to create an entire wall unit. I placed the Christmas fireplace right in the center of the wall, and behind it, which is kind of above it, I placed the largest mirror we have in game. I wanted the mirror to look like it was framed, but framed coming out of the wall. To achieve this, I used the wooden wall paint with the square patterns. I paint the entire wall, and then I selected only the section I needed to surround the mirror. After that, I switched back to the plain white wall and removed all the wooden section that I didn't need it. I know it sounds very confusing, but trust me, it worked, and it works fine. After placing the two bookshelves on each side, I realized that the space between the bookshelves and the fireplace felt kind of empty, like incomplete. And since I couldn't place a wall there due to the grid limitation, I used the modern square column instead. I paint them the same color as the rest of the wall in the room and position them together to visually create kind of a wall around the bookshelves. On top of the bookshelves, I then added Christmas decoration and two of those modern kitchen cabinets painted to match the shelves. And just like that, the wall was completed. To finish the room off, I then added a nice desk, a comfortable chair, the one we got with the new update, a very fancy and professional computer setup, some books with Christmas decoration, under it a lamp and two large rugs placed together to simulate a big square rug. I also added some office equipment, two chairs, and to make it feel more lived in and used, and finish everything off with 3 frame pictures on the wall, all Christmassy theme. Since I had a little bit of space, I also add in another Christmas tree in this room. Oh, and by the way, every single picture you'll see in this house is a Christmas picture. They're part of the overall holiday decoration, a little fun touch from Sylvia. Okie dokie, moving on to the right hand side of the house, we find a hallway that connects to the first bedroom, the first bathroom, the laundry room, the hobby room, and another small hallway that takes you directly to the garage. Let's start with the first bedroom. This is a twin room. It features 2 single beds, a couple of nightstands, a nice desk with a computer on top, some wardrobe, and a few decorations to make it feel, obviously, extra Christmassy like the rest of the house. I also added a couple of rugs to complete the space and make it feel more lived in. Now, since this house is extremely large, I had to cut a few rooms from the recording, so you won't actually see me building this particular room, but you will see screenshot of it at the end of the video. Right next to it, we have the first bathroom of the house. This is a full bathroom with a shower, a toilet, and a vanity, fully decorated. And yes, even in here, I went all out with Christmas decoration. I also used some custom pattern that I added to the game to make the space feel even more festive. Directly in front of this first bathroom, we have our laundry room. I made this one a bit smaller than usual because I didn't want to steal space from the hobby room, which is right behind it. The laundry room is pretty standard. It has a beautiful green cabinet with wooden countertop, 2 washing machines and a few decorations, and a large mirror to make the space feel a little bit more open. You will notice that in this house, many bathrooms and the laundry room don't have windows. That's because I prioritize windows for the rooms where the Zoe actually live and spend most of their time. Since this is a very large house, the center inevitably ends up without windows. So I focus on bedrooms, the gym, the hobby room, and similar space for the side part of the house where the windows are actually present. Okay, moving on, continuing toward the garage, on the left-hand side, you'll find the hobby room. This space is meant to be fun, a place where people can hang out, have a drink, and play games. I added a pool table, a nice pendant light above it, a chess table with a couple of chairs, a large bar, a karaoke machine, and some musical instruments. Next, we have a small hallway that, as I mentioned before, connects you directly both to the garage and the outdoor garden. The garage itself is a fairly simple space. I didn't want to overwhelm it, but I still wanted to be functional. At first, I thought about creating a small guest house inside the garage, but then I realized that the garage door would look absolutely ridiculous in that setup. So instead, I turned it into a crafting and furniture making space. I used a couple of kitchen counters, added both crafting table and the furniture crafting table to give you more option, and placed some wall cabinets to decorate the area a little bit. Of course, I decorated for Christmas as well, added a shoe rack and called it a day. Alright my friends, let's move on to the left-hand side of the house. On this side we have a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom as well as the gym. The bedroom itself is quite simple, it's a single bedroom with one bed, a nice desk, a wardrobe, a computer, a few decorations to make it feel lived in and extra Christmassy as per it was mandatory in this house, okay? So as per the rest of the room, this one is extra Christmassy too. Since this is the smallest bedroom in the house, I decided to give it an ensuite bathroom. The bathroom is also fully decorated for Christmas and include a bathtub, a vanity, a toilet, and few decoration, very standard. Originally, this bathroom didn't have any windows, and you'll see me building it without windows at first, but it looked way too sad. So I decided to use the new modular window and place a small window at the very top of the wall. You guys, I am obsessed with the new window. You cannot imagine how many ideas I already have for it. I cannot wait to build a modern mansion and use it to create a proper fireplace wall. I already see it in my head and it's amazing. I also use this window on the outdoor fireplace, and honestly, I am very happy with how it turned out. It behaves really well, even though the game itself didn't really behave this time. I mean, I had so many crashes during this building, way more than usual, like way more than usual. I would be like painting the ceiling, crash. I would be painting the wall, crash, painting the floor, crash, furnishing something, crash. At some point I ended up creating a room and saving immediately, switching back to live mode, saving again, and then turning back into build mode to continue recording. It was a bit dramatic, not gonna lie, but I think it's normal because of the new update. Anyway, in the end, we got a final result that was worthy dealing with all the glitches. Quick side note, we have a lot to talk about regarding the new update, but I didn't want to turn the entire video into an update rant, so I'm thinking about making a separated video dedicated only to the new update, showing all the new items, sharing my thoughts, and talking about all the bugs and all the drama I'm experiencing and why. Let me know in the comment section down below if this is something that you'd be interested in, or if you'd rather have the next video go straight to the next house. Alright, back to the build. The next room directly in front of this bedroom is the gym, and obviously a home gym could not have been missing in a house like this one. I placed all the machines that fit the space and then turned the entire room into a wooden booth, wood floors, wood ceiling, and wood walls. I also placed two big mirrors on one of the walls, and I wanted these to go from ceiling all the way down to the floor. But here's the thing, I built the house with a 3.9 meter wall high and then raised it on a platform. I always do this because I prefer the way that the platform looks over foundation. When I use foundation, there's always this tiny step between the foundation and the actual floor, and it drives me nuts. So because the floor is raised, the medium-high mirror doesn't fit. To fix this, I placed a regular mirror and then stuck another mirror on top of it, raising it all the way to the ceiling, and this created the illusion of a full floor-to-ceiling mirror. Right in the middle of the two mirrors, I placed a large TV and some shelves with some decoration on top. Underneath, I placed 3 or 4 weight racks. I then added a treadmill, a couple of yoga mats, a punching bag, a water dispenser, and obviously a speaker. The gym also connects directly to the outdoor deck. Now, this house has 2 main decks, one in the front and one in the back. The front deck is quite simple. It mainly serves as the entrance of the house. On both sides, I added some seating area with a nice coffee table, and I also placed a painting easel right at the front facing the outside. Because I think even in real life, painting with natural light just works better. And of course, it's fully decorated for Christmas. The back of the house is a bit more complex because we actually have 3 different deck areas. The first one is the main deck, the patio connected through double glass door directly to the main structure of the house. The second one is attached to the hallway that leads you to the garage, and the third one is right about in the middle of these 2, but you can only access it from outside. It's basically a square platform with a massive fireplace attached to the side of the house. Let's start with the main deck, which works as a cover patio. This patio features an outdoor kitchen and some seating area, complete with fire alarms and barbecue. I placed a few kitchen cabinets and positioned the barbecue in between 2 of them. That said, I really can't wait for a proper outdoor kitchen set. The barbecue is cute, but it doesn't really integrate well into the cabinet, and visually it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, I do it to create the idea of an outdoor kitchen, but still, I really hope we'll get a proper outdoor kitchen in the future. I love the one from The Sims. I think it came with the Oasis Kit or Oasis Escape. I don't remember the name, but it's rustic but still very modern and cozy, so finger crossed we get something similar in inZOI too. To complete the patio, I added a sink, some decoration, a large outdoor table with 4 chairs and a fan above it. Behind the table, I placed 2 seating areas, one connected directly to the gym and the other one connected to the indoor living room. I added armchairs, comfy sofa, throw-out pillows, coffee table, and of course, tons and tons of Christmas decoration. Since I had space, I also placed a large Christmas tree outside. We do have Christmas trees everywhere in this house. We also have a ginormous one at the front of the house and the same in the back, plus several small ones scattered around the property. The second deck is, let's call it the detached one. There's no indoor access, you have to reach it from the outside. It's a small platform attached to the left-hand side of the build and feature a massive modern fireplace and 2 large sofas. The third deck is smaller and covered, and it's attached to the hallway that leads you to the garage. It's kind of like a mudroom area, let's say. The space where you enter from the back side of the house and you don't want to walk all the way around, or when you have like dirty shoes and dirty the entire house. So you can leave your shoes there or in the garage and then walk through the garage or through the hallway and get all the way to the house. Everything is connected through archways and columns to keep the layout open and airy. I wanted to add an arch between the hallway and the garage as well, but since the garage is on a lower level with stairs going down, I couldn't place one exactly there. So instead, I used once again the modern column, paint them to match the wall, which makes it look like the wall naturally ends where the stair begins. Alright, my friends, we're officially done with the first floor. Let's move upstairs. As soon as you reach the top of the stairs, you're greeted by a large hallway. These hallways connect you to all the bedroom, bathrooms, the home cinema, and the record room on this level. Up here, we have the master bedroom, a junior suite, a kids room, and a teen room. You'll probably notice that we have more bedrooms than bathroom in this house, which is very unusual for one of my builds. But once again, I wanted to prioritize the space and make sure there was enough room for a big family to live comfortably in this place. Okay, let's start with the master bedroom. I have to be honest with you, usually I always want my master bedrooms to have an ensuite bathroom. But because of the layout of this house, I had to sacrifice a bit of space in order to give it an ensuite. So now I'm not even really sure which one should we really call the master bedroom. The one that has an ensuite bathroom but it's smaller, or the one which is bigger, more luxurious, but it does not have an ensuite bathroom. So I don't know, you'll see the screenshot at the end of the video and I'll let you decide. Is the real master bedroom the one on a green tone, smaller but with an ensuite bathroom facing the front of the house? Or perhaps is the one in a red tone without an ensuite bathroom but with way more space? Let me know in the comment section down below which one in your opinion is the master bedroom. Anyway, as you can see, we're almost done furnishing the potential master bedroom number 1. This bedroom is done in a very dark green palette, super cozy and obviously very Christmas inspired. I added a large accent wall, as you can see, behind the bed using one of the wood pattern, keeping everything in a deep green tone. In front of it, I placed a double bed and customized it using the new wall pattern we got with this December update, still sticking to the green color palette. I added a couple of nightstand and some pendant lights from the Christmas update, and these pendant lights are actually part of the Christmas decoration, so I'm pretty sure once the Christmas season is over in your game, they'll disappear from the house, and if you haven't played during this period, you probably won't have access to them. But don't worry, because I'm planning to make a short video showing you how to unlock all the Christmas rewards in inZOI. Moving on, I also added, as you could see, that amazing fireplace that I am completely in love with. I really wanted to have at least one of these in the house because it fits the architecture perfectly. I placed it down, added some decoration, a big TV above it, and then a few wardrobe and paintings to enhance the Christmas atmosphere even more. As I mentioned before, this bedroom does have an ensuite bathroom featuring a bathtub, a vanity, and a toilet fully decorated in a blue tone. Alright, moving on. Across the hallway, we find what we could consider the potential master bedroom number 2. Again, you'll be the judge of that. This one is very spacious. It has a large double bed, a couple of nightstands, another fireplace, and a fully decorated Christmas tree. The entire room follows a red color theme. I used a wood accent wall behind the bed and added a large wardrobe. There's also this structural element, which is actually the chimney of the outdoor fireplace. I used that space to place a dresser and a mirror, creating sort of an open walk-in wardrobe. I added a few decorations to keep the Christmas vibe strong and a large rug, and that was it for this room. Moving on to the right-hand side, next to the second largest bedroom, we find the kids' bedroom. This room is designed for 2 kids and featured 2 canopy beds. You know, at first I wasn't really sure if canopy structure would work with this furniture style, but once I used one of the newest wooden swatches and the right color, it actually fits perfectly. I added some toy, a tent, a wardrobe, a few lamps, and I used the new wall pattern with the little gingerbread man. And of course, I went all in with Christmas decoration here too. Alright, moving on, next we have the record room. I converted what it was originally a bedroom into a music record studio. In my head, one of the members of this household works in the music industry, so I give them all the instruments they could need, plus a workstation with a big fancy computer. I also added what I think are called golden, platinum, and crystal records. Those awards you receive when you sell a large amount of music, you know. I wanted this room to feel very moody, so I cover all the walls with the soundproof panel in a gray tone. All the decors are here and there, either gold, silver, or a dark wood to really set the atmosphere. Moving on, we have the home cinema on this floor. I built this one as I usually do, with 3 different levels and 3 large sofas filled with throw-out pillows to make it as comfortable as possible. I also used one of those new large screens we got in the latest update, mainly because it was the only one that actually fit in the space properly. I mean, I could have resized a bigger screen or a smaller screen and place it inside the wall, but then as soon as I would restart the game, it would pop back into its original form and it wouldn't really look good. Instead, I choose to use the one that it kind of look like a drive-in cinema screen because it has a full structure behind and underneath it. I slightly pushed it into the wall to make it feel more mounted in, and honestly, I think it works, but once again, you'll be the judge of that. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would have preferred a smaller flat screen coming straight out of the wall or if this one still gives a proper home cinema vibe. I choose it because it's way bigger than the largest flat screen we have, and even though it's slightly detached from the wall, from the inside of the room, you really don't notice. Usually, I also had a snack session in my home cinemas, but in this case, it would have blocked the view of the screen. So instead, I used 2 of the square side table that we got from the Chaya DLC, painted them in a dark wood tone, pushed them together to create a large coffee table, and throw some decoration on it. I then added some lighting, dimming everything as much as possible, and filled the room with Christmas decoration. There's also a window at the back of the room because it looked way too good from the outside for removing, so I added a curtain inside that will fully cover it when closed. Still on this floor, we also have another fully equipped bathroom with a bathtub, a shower, vanity, and a toilet, completely decorated for Christmas down to the smallest detail. And finally, we reached the last bedroom of the house, the teen girl bedroom. This room is very warm and cozy with a rather unique shape, so I try to use every corner to my advantage. It features a wood tone accent wall, a large pink bed, and all the decoration, including the Christmas one, follow the pink color palette. This is the only room in the entire house that doesn't stick to the usual green, red, and gold and black scheme. I wanted everything here to reflect the personality and style of the person living in it. The room includes a large bed, 2 nightstands, 2 pendant lights, some decoration, a big rug, a makeup table, a desk with a computer, shelves for book and decoration, and a wardrobe area. And yes, I even managed to fit a Christmas tree in it. Okie dokie, for the upstairs hallway, I wanted to feel furnished but not overcrowded, so I placed a couple of side tables with some decoration on top and a mirror above it, and few banks for sitting down. Right in the middle of the hallway, there is a fully decorated Christmas tree, and I also used 2 of the half moon rug that we got in every update, placed them next to each other to create an oval shape, and painted them in a dark green. And that, my friend, brings us to the end of this massive build. Personally, I think the house turned out incredibly cozy even though it is ginormous, and I think it is very family oriented. There is something to do for everybody at every age in this place. I'm especially in love with the back of the house, the second patio, the second deck, let's call it, with the fireplace. It's end off one of my favorite spots of the house. It's cozy but still very open and surrounded by nature with the fireplace. It's just, it really sets the tone for the entire house. And I think all the decoration together truly define the mood. I mean, when I look at this house, I definitely see Christmas. But now is your turn, friends. What do you think about the house overall? Do you have a favorite room? Is there something that you would have done differently? And if yes, what? And do you think did I add too many amenities? I mean, we have a gym, a home theater, a home office, a record room, a hobby room, a laundry room, several decks. Maybe I went a little overboard, but honestly, we had the space, so I felt like we had to use it. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. And tell me also, how close do you think I get to the inspirational picture of the thumbnail on a scale of 1 to 10? And most importantly, what do you think about the decorations? Did I go way overboard, or is this the right amount of too much? You know how much I love reading your feedback and getting your suggestion and sharing ideas, so please comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. It truly helps me shape the better content for you guys. And if you haven't already, subscribe and enjoy our beautiful community. And don't forget that you can now send me your build request directly here on my channel on the community tab. Just share a picture and a short description of what you like, and I'll do my best to bring it to life in inZOI. So don't be shy, guys. Join the community and start posting. Before I go, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you for being here. I really cannot stress this enough. Your support, your presence, and your feedback means the world to me. I really hope you had a magical Christmas, you guys. Screenshots should be rolling at this point, so enjoy the rest of the video. Merry Christmas, everybody, and see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye!